And this one is probably the most far out and unreal. Yeah, we're going to talk about virtual reality. And we've got today with us, moderating Alberto Rodriguez, the CEO of theCUBE. They build businesses. Now, Alberto is a serial entrepreneur, did his most recent exit at 60 million. He's going to moderate Juan Rivas, CEO of 6DLAB+, Javier Pascua, professor at Universidad Carlos III, who's an expert in virtual reality and biometrics. And finally, Jose Minguez, head of innovation at Endesa. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in welcoming the virtual reality panel. We're actually going to start with a video that we want you to watch, and then they're going to start the panel.
Connectivity, development, technology, research, innovation, and a constant search for new products and services form part of Endesa's DNA. They're in the way we work, in our business today, and in the way we're building a better future for everybody. We're pioneers in the search for new forms of energy, cleaner, renewable, sustainable. In developing new technologies to connect people with energy, we're part of an ecosystem that connects entrepreneurs, investors, and corporations to find new ways of generating business. Hunting for talent, new ideas, disruptive propositions. We foster innovative thinking using agile methodologies like design thinking and lean startup. We're in contact with startups like 6DLAB+, with whom Endesa has run a training project, using virtual reality video that you too can discover. Come along to our stand and enjoy the virtual reality.
Hello, welcome to this Beyond Reality panel. Thank you for coming. Well, probably most of you have heard about immersive experiences, the promises that they will transform how we learn, how we make decisions, and how we interact with the physical world. Probably most of you have heard about gaming, and probably most of you have tried virtual reality glasses for gaming. We are here today to talk about another point of view of virtual reality. This is what we call Beyond Reality, and we are going to talk about business. We are going to talk about different interactions. So, having here with me Jose, he is head of innovation of Endesa. The first question is obliged. Jose, what the hell has the relationship between energy and virtual reality?
As you know, we are always seeking of every kind of technologies, every kind of startups, because we work together with you and the NL Innovation Hub in theCUBE. And at this point we were trying to seek how to involve a technology which is kind of mature. It's very promising, but it's mature in our business models to make it real business. So last year we started to do scouting here at SOUTHSUMMIT, and we start to talk with 3 startups from here. We met here and another outside, and I start to talk to them and show you what they could do. We have in our mind to virtualize the control center, which I will show you in the results in a minute. And then we started this process. But I think Juan could talk from the side of the startup how was this process, because after the scouting we found that the value proposition was the best of the other one were very good, but the value proposition was better.
Juan, thank you for coming. You just have to know that in the innovation hub of Enel, that I have the pleasure to have it at theCUBE, they are scouting constantly a lot of startups. They are scouting in a year 350 startups, 70 with results in the business, and you are one with real results. So this is great.
Yes. As a startup company for like 6DLAB+, it can be challenging to live up to the expectations and the demands of a great company such as Endesa. So in this case, what was a key element for a successful collaboration has been to co-create each minimum viable product and apply agile methodologies like Lean or Scrum in order to quickly develop valuable content for the customer and constantly validate the evolution of these MVPs. Regarding that hard tender, there was a high expectation in every aspect, and competition with other SOUTHSUMMIT startups was really strong. But at the end, 6DLAB was selected to develop its VR and AR projects for Endesa, passing through several validations and very hard selection processes.
An easy process.
Yep.
This is a startup-friendly environment, probably, yes?
Well, to make it short, the control center, because you can visit in our stand, this is the place where we control all the power stations at Endesa. It's very complex, and there are many people who come to Madrid to see it, personalize it, and we thought this could be a good start, because imagine we have people all over Spain. They have to come from Canary Islands, from Catalonia, from the north of Spain to visit it. But when they come, they get there an explanation which is very complex. They don't understand everything that is being told. So with virtual reality, what you have here, of course, here you have a simulation, and in Spanish a short version of the real one. What this is a training program that teaches them exactly what means every of these one screens. This is immersive. They can test it whenever they want. They don't have to travel to Madrid to see it. And the results were so impressive that we decided to follow on with 6DLAB and with other projects. And so the second level, which I think you can now explain Tecnológica better than I, was how do we use this for give deeper knowledge and immerse acquisitions. And we develop this another project. I think you can explain, because technically it has been quite complicated.
Yes, absolutely. That was recorded at Girona with a 360 camera that was flying using a drone, and that was a really windy day. So it was so hard to take those images. And well, as you can see, we were just at that white van over there. So taking the drone that far was absolutely amazing. And this is another. Jose knows this one because he wanted this take from the very top of the bridge. I don't know how to say that. And this is another case. That's from Galicia. We got a very cloudy day, which make us get those fantastic and real great images of that place.
Here the objective is that it's quite difficult to go to these installations, because most of them they are very far away from Madrid or from the cities. There is of course risk on the transportation to get there, but there are industrial installations. Some of them are dangerous. So we were thinking how bring this to our people so they can get immersive education. For example, the first one, you can even put yourself inside some places where it's not possible to be. It's not possible that you fly over the dam, or you see the river, or all the information. That's Susqueda, which is one of the biggest Hoover dams we have in Girona, and this one is from a windmill park from North Galicia. We have a lot of problems because now you see this, but the drone, there's a very strong wind. We wanted to make really to feel like a bird flying through the mills. We have to go one there, another. We try to make it to the Canary Island, to the Hierro, which there's an amazing installation, and that's very complicated. Yep. But after that, we thought, okay, this is good. It has a lot of advantages, but we want to go farther away. Say, what another application we can make business with this? So we thought, and this came from a project we are going to see now. When you go to explain about sustainability to some clients, it's hard today to make the choice to decide to make the installation because they take a lot of risk. So what we did in the following example is show how it looks like a solar photovoltaic plant on the rooftop of Free Ridge, which is this another experience. Maybe you can make some.
Yeah, actually, this is another use case of virtual reality. The other one in Endesa's Endesa's Energy Control Center, we could see how it could help in the training processes, and this is another example. And I'd like to say that is for another kind of processes is technical sales, which is the case of Faro Jandia. Where its main goal is to show potential clients these different technologies like the heat pumps or solar panels, and it's much easier to explain to them this potential of these technologies rather than using traditional methods.
For me, that's impressive.
Yeah.
Mainly the control, because this is incredible. And I understand the enhancement that this represents to show customers all these things. But let's go a little bit deeper on business, and let's go a little bit deeper on how can you train, for example, people, and what are the advantages?
Maybe for example, this installation was the one I was talking before. This is a real example. We built this in Faro Jandia, and I remember the first time because I went to talk with the general manager of the hotel. And I told him, we want to put 5 heat pumps in your hotel, Faro Jandia in Fuerteventura. And the first word Tere said, that I hope she's around there, said, "You are not touching my hotel." Because at the end, you have to think that for a hotel, customer care is the most important thing. If there is someone who cares for the customer, it's a hotel, because the experience they sell is that people are relaxed. So I remember that it was really hard to sell this installation. This installation avoids 51 tons of propane combustion in the heating systems. This is equivalent to 500,000 kilometers of a normal diesel car. If you imagine the impact for the environmental that has this installation, you can imagine how important it is. And it's very difficult for us to sell this kind of installation, although we even pay upfront the installation to the customers, and they don't take no risk. But for them, they needed to see it. They needed to experience how this look like. And we are trying now with our sales force to go with the virtual reality glasses, so the technical can explain and the customer can see really, as you have seen, how the heat propagates all around the installation.
And about complex things, not only on selling, but also on training, because we've all heard about education, for example. VR or immersive experiences will change education in the way that all our kids, they learn. Do you think it's the same for business? Do you think this will improve?
Yeah, always education for the people, especially who receive it, not for the one who gives. Well, I have been teaching in the university, and when you teach, you realize how hard it's sometimes that the other person really sees what you are trying to explain. Even, for example, in the case of Faro Jandia example, they don't get to see it. What really virtual reality is goes one step forward, because they really get immersed in the installation. And then you have very interactive experience with the sound. They can go back and repeat it. You can register, we are registering the interactions to help them to improve this education. You get feedback, so you can improve. And this, with a normal education, you can do it. This is not just showing a good-looking video to people. It's just really that they understand. How can you explain how the heat gets inside an installation? There you have the bubbles, you have the heat, you can see actually how this, in the case of the photovoltaic plant, you see the photons, how they produce the electricity. This is really beyond the reality, because you could take them a solar panel and they are not going to really understand how this works without these videos.
Yeah. Absolutely. Let me give you a a piece of information that I heard about this. Boeing, the plane maker company, they make trainees through augmented reality. They make them to assemble a wing section with 30 pieces. And their numbers, they say that they increased by 90% the number of people, of trainees, that could make this correctly. So this is how these kind of things improve education. So let me go to Javier a little bit, because Javier has been here at the last part of the panel. Javier, other issues that we have that are not business are related to, for example, medicine. My wife, she's a physician, and she's telling me a lot of things about these new techniques. And we would like you to talk a little bit about your experience, because I've been reading that you was in the team that for the first time you had a surgery in Gregorio Marañón here in Madrid, the first surgery with augmented reality in Spain. So please explain to us this.
Thank you, Alberto. Okay, this was a project. Here you can see part of it. In this project, we were using HoloLens technology, a head-mounted display. We could be using, as we will see at the end of the video, other alternatives. And in this case, this is a collaboration between our university, the hospital, and 6DLAB in order to bring augmented reality to the operating room. That probably is one difficult environment, I would say, to set up and to have all these technologies deployed. In this case, we are going to see how this is a tumor surgery in which they are going to resect a tumor, and I apologize for some of the images, although we removed all the bloody part, I think. And you can see how this is a 3D printed version or model of the patient with a guide that will help the head-mounted display to show extra information, augmented information on top of the patient. Here you can see how we are showing the information that came from the computer tomography scan, so we can see the skin and the bone there, but this information is being shown in the right place, in the correct position, because if not, it is cool, but it's not so useful for medical purposes. But here we can see, in this case, the bone. We are going to see the tumor. This is how the tumor was, because the tumor now is smaller after chemotherapy, but we can compare the sizes, and we can use all this information to guide the procedure. Here we are displaying the computer tomography scan of the patient. And everything is being displayed. You can see here the screens, for instance. The screens that are showing the same view as the surgeon is watching are good devices, but out of the focus of the surgeon. While augmented reality in this case is showing you the information that you need without you needing to focus on different screens. That is not a good idea. You should look at your patient. And even we can do something like what we are watching here. You can augment, in this case, models of the patient. And we are doing this in the end part of the surgery without the HoloLens. We are doing it with a standard smartphone. What we think is a very interesting technology, because every one of us is carrying one. It is easy to introduce one in the operating room, because you can put it in a sealed bag. And it's a technology that not only in this environment, but also in other environments where augmented reality is going to make a difference in medicine, smartphones are going to be there, because they are everywhere. So as you can see in these cases, it's not just helping you or showing you some cool information, it's providing you with information that comes from the real images from the patient. I mean, that information is not a model, it's the patient himself, modeled and shown in 3D to help you make better decisions during surgery.
That's amazing, impressive. So thank you for explaining this to us, because we have been talking about gaming all the time, and this panel was about other things. Tell me about the relationship between Endesa and a small startup, and how can you do all these projects in 1 year, because you met
absolutely
1 year ago. So to me, it's incredible. I have some startups at the Cube, and I'm not able to really begin to work with a big company in months. What's the experience?
I don't know it neither. Well, our experience is that going to minimum viable products is the key to success. What we do is work with 1 week sprints. So any deviation is just 1 week deviation, and well, I think it's for me personally, it's amazing to be seated here. Since 4 years ago, I remember coming to the South Summit with a pass that someone gave me, and I was just by my own at my home, just doing some experiments and blah blah blah. So getting into here, seated side by side with Endesa and Gregorio Marañón, well, I don't know how to really explain this to you. I think this without sleeping at night and making so many wrong decisions and learning all the time. So that's our key, to move fast.
From my side, well, you know what I think. First, I will take the name of the South Summit last year. Innovation is now. Here we see that innovation is now. Innovation is now, is coming very fast, and we are amazed every day, so we are continuously doing things. About the specific question of how this way, I always tell you, I think this is a matter of people. It's not a matter of companies, it's a matter of people. And when you get to a team, like in this case happened, that they help you, you make a proposition, but they add value, and they say, no, don't do this way, this is going to be better. You really start to work as a unique team. They understand the complexity of the problems we have in your company, because it's not only good things. And we understand the problems they have, and we work together. And here is where really the open innovation model works, because at the end, it's a matter of that we are very good in some things, and they are very good in other things. I don't care about the technology, about virtual reality. This is the reason why I hired them. I trust them. I know they are good. They make me propositions, and at the end, this is a teamwork to together make something which is innovation is business. The moment we have innovation in use for our business lines, for our clients, we have succeeded. And I think here I'm very proud. What we are showing you is just a little part of it. This is prepared for you to show, but behind is a real project of Salesforce who are going to use this to really make people understand that we need together to improve sustainability to fight against climate change.
For me, what you said is clear, because I'm an entrepreneur. I always say it's not what do we have to do, is who is going to do this. So it's a question of people. So it was terrific. So thank you very much for the real examples. We wanted you to see real examples and not American videos on gaming and all these things, on how virtual reality, immersive experiences are coming into the business. And I invite you to go to the Endesa, in the Endesa booth, because you will have some of your demos, and you will have an augmented reality electrical vehicle that it's amazing to experience. So thank you very much for you to come, and thank you very much for the explanations. And Jose, thank you for keeping alive all this new innovation in a big corporation like Endesa. Okay?
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.